I want to go right to my senator in the great state of Tennessee, Marsha Blackburn. Good morning, Senator. How are you?
Good morning. I am doing well, and I'm delighted to join you.
Well, I know the senators had a little time off. Did you go anywhere fun? Did you do anything good? Did you spend some time in the great state of Tennessee, which is looking greener and lusher than ever?
I did get across the state. As you know, I'm in each of our 95 counties every year, and I also went to the southern border. And Mike, I have to tell you, being at Eagle Pass and seeing what they have accomplished by Texas taking the lead, it was wonderful. I've got legislation that would give local governments and state governments the ability to secure their border when the federal government does not. And so Texas DPS and Brandon Judd from the Border Patrol Union invited me to come back down and see what they've done at Eagle Pass. By putting barriers up, they have stemmed the flow of illegal immigrants coming across Eagle Pass there at Shelby Park from several thousand a week down to about 12 people a day. And walls work. And, you know, instead of praising Texas and saying, thank you for stepping up and doing the job here, the Biden administration is trying to sue them. If Donald Trump were in office, he would be sending them reinforcements and helping them to do this. But this is the difference of these administrations, and I'm so grateful to Texas for taking the lead on this.
We're going to talk tomorrow with someone from the Center for Immigration Studies about a program that they discovered where we just fly people from around the world over our border. So they're great for Texas for securing. There's wonderful. We obviously need to do that. But now we just fly them over the border into American cities and don't even tell the local cities that that's happening, to the tunes of hundreds of thousands of people. What do we do about that?
Yes, that is actually the parole program. And if you go back to 1983 and look at the different presidents and how many people they have granted parole each year, just looking at Trump and Obama, each of them paroled about 5,600 people per year into the U.S. In 22, Joe Biden paroled 800,000 people, and in 23, 1.2 million. Now, what he does, Mike, when he gives them parole status, is they get benefits and they get a work visa. And that's why you have these illegal aliens that are now delivering for Uber and DoorDash and people of that nature. It is unsafe for people. They've got people that are using fake names and coming to their door at 11 o'clock at night and delivering food. This is not safe. And so I actually have a letter in process that other senators are signing on to send questions to these delivery companies about using these illegal aliens, many of them criminal illegal aliens, and using them for employment in the U.S. and thereby endangering the public.
I want to talk about the Mayorkas impeachment. There was a lot of bickering, we all remember, in the House about whether they should impeach, not impeach. Took a couple votes, finally did it. And now it's in Chuck Schumer's hands. So what's he doing with it?
Well, Chuck Schumer is telling us that what he is going to do is offer a motion to table the impeachment articles. Now, this has never happened, and it is a constitutional mandate that we hold this impeachment trial. It is an Article 1 specific provision with instructions to the House and Senate about how to handle impeachment. We are to take up the trial and make a decision if the person is to stand as impeached and removed from office or not. But Chuck Schumer does not want to have this debate about immigration, the border, and the lack of security at the border, and the fact that we have a Homeland Security Secretary who does not believe in securing the homeland. That's not information he wants out to the American people. So he would rather sweep this aside. But here's what Chuck Schumer knows. He knows that Joe Biden is going to lose and Donald Trump's going to be president. He knows that Republicans are going to take control of the U.S. Senate in November. and he is trying like crazy to save people like John Tester and Sherrod Brown and Jackie Rosen and save those seats. And so he doesn't want them to have to weigh in on the number one issue. He doesn't want to have to say, Joe Biden's border policy is so bad that his Secretary of Homeland Security has been impeached and removed from office.
I want to talk about Ukraine, but this also ties into our economy here. These are not unrelated. So Americans are spending 40% more on groceries now than just a few years ago. So that in that context, you in the Senate sent over a bill for giving money to Ukraine. It now sits in the House. What's your recommendation to the House on what they should do next?
Well, the House should attach their border security bill, their H.R. 1 bill that they had sent over to the U.S. Senate last May. So this bill for border security has languished in the Senate for nearly a year. So what they should do is reattach that bill and send it back. No one wants Vladimir Putin to have a win. But what we have in Joe Biden is a president that is not respected on the global stage. People know that he is weak. They would never have tried this under President Donald Trump because they knew better. They knew Donald Trump and Mike Pompeo would look at him and say, you cross this red line, there will be hell to pay. But see, with Joe Biden, they're all into appeasement. Jake Sullivan's a squish. He ought to be removed. I think what the advice he's given in what he did around Afghanistan, he should be removed also. But, Mike, the best thing we can do is to make certain that we win in November. Now, on this economy, you're right, prices up about 40%. Food prices are up 36.8% over where they were in 2020. Hardworking families have a tough time making ends meet when you look at the grocery cart and the gas pump. And I had a Tennessean say to me the other day, under Donald Trump, I had some money left at the end of my month. Under Joe Biden, I've got too much month left at the end of my money. That is what is happening. People are having to put on credit cards. They're having to pick and choose what they are not going to buy. And in Tennessee, families are spending on average $922 per month, just to tread water and buy the same basket of goods that they could buy in 2020. And that is how inflation is affecting families. And this is a very real issue. This is something that people are saying, what is happening? These prices keep escalating. When you look at the price of eggs, and, I had said during Easter, as I went to buy Easter candy and things for the kids for Easter baskets, I could not believe the escalation rate and what it was costing for the little chocolate rabbits and the peeps and the jelly beans and the things that the children want to see in their Easter baskets every year. But these food costs being up 36.8%, that is significant. Every family feels it. I did a telephone town hall last night with East Tennesseans, and we did a question. I do poll questions on my town halls, and I did a poll question. Are you feeling the impact of inflation at the gas pump and the grocery cart? 98% of the people said yes. They are feeling the impact of inflation. Only 2% said they were not feeling the impact of inflation. It was not adversely impacting them. So think about these numbers. When you're a mom, when you're a grandmom, you're trying to balance these numbers. You're trying to decide how much gas you can put in the tank to get everybody from point A to point B, and then how much you can put in the grocery cart to be certain that people are going to have, your kids are going to have a well-balanced meal. These are very real problems. And like my Tennessee constituent said, under Donald Trump, he has some money left at the end of the month. Under Joe Biden, he has too much month left at the end of his money.